All right, everybody, welcome back. Episode 5, Over-Caffeinated Dads. Are we officially allowed to say that it's a saga now? Yeah. Or do we have to wait for 6?
Maybe we have to wait for 6.
When does it become an anthology?
I think 10.
Sure.
Sounds good.
On the road to anthology, right?
All right, so episode 5. We've got 2 segments we've done before. We're going to talk about the Winter Olympics a little bit. Got a segment with Jordan that we'll hop over to here in a second, and then we're going to introduce a new segment at kind of in the middle. I think we're gonna we've slotted that one for the middle today. So first off, we're going to jump over to Jordan. Jordan, what you got for us? What segment we got up first?
We're going to do Triggered.
Triggered.
A nice Triggered. And I thought today for Triggered, what would be cool is if we showcased our own pistols that we like.
Okay.
Probably I asked y'all to get y'all's favorite pistol. Not necessarily like an everyday carry, but one that you, 1, like the most, 2, can depend on the most, too. I think we all brought weapons that we can depend on, and we like.
Yeah.
So for me, I brought my favorite pistol that I own. It'd be my FN 509. I have a EOTech, their EFLX on there. It has a threaded barrel. This is the 509 Tactical.
I do like me some EOTech. That's actually my duty weapon, the 509.
Yeah. The SO uses the 509s.
Yep.
The suppressor height sights. It's ready for. I don't have a light on it just because for some reason, I just never put one. Really out of the box. It's a really nice gun. I've never had any problems with it. I really like it. Also wanted to showcase. So for Christmas, I got my son a firearm.
He begged you, didn't he?
Huh?
He begged you, didn't he?
Kind of, yes. And then also I was like, I kind of want it. I mean, it's another reason to buy a gun. Oh, he wants one. Oh no, I have to buy him one.
I meant to show it to us.
Oh yeah. He did beg me. Like, Dad, you got to show mine. So,
what's his name? Bill or Ben or something?
Ben Solo.
Billiam? I think it's Billiam.
Billiam. His name's Truitt. Shout out Truitt. So for this one, and when I was kind of building it, I was kind of seeing how budget I could go with it, because, his age and then it being his first firearm, or, first firearm.
I'm telling Truitt you're a cheapskate.
He already knows. I wanted to see how budget I can go with it. So I got him a Ruger RXM in the gray.
Flat trigger?
Yeah, this is an upgraded trigger, so I've upgraded some stuff on this. So it didn't come with the sight, the light, and the trigger. It all came, factory without that. The cool thing I liked about this is from the factory, all of the Ruger RXMs come cut for every optic.
Oh, nice.
And so you can put any optic you have on there. For this one, I went with this, the Strike Industries red dot, because it was only like $100. And for him being Call of Duty, the reticle changes. It has 4 different reticle options.
Okay. Little kids love choices.
The light is actually, it looks like a TRL one. I actually brought one for reference. So this TRL by Streamlight was $180, something like that. This light comes from Harbor Freight, of all places, and it was $60.
Harbor Freight trying to branch into
Good
the
old
gun world.
tools.
And it's been field tested, and it works just like a
Hey man, if it works.
Yeah, dude, and Harbor Freight makes some good stuff.
Harbor Freight for the win on that light.
Does it have the lifetime warranty like all their other stuff?
Maybe. I haven't. I mean, it hasn't failed on me, so I don't have.
Well, no, I know, but that's one of the things I like about Harbor Freight. It's inexpensive, and they're not the greatest, I guess. You're not buying like my dad's a Milwaukee guy, but still, we still go to Harbor Freight for stuff. And one of the reasons I like going there is because their products have a lifetime warranty.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so.
Even their jack stands.
Even their jack stands. Inside joke. And then the trigger I upgraded. This is actually a Timney trigger in here, $100. I think all in all, I spent under $700 for this gun.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's with everything. So it's super budget.
Yeah.
And I had some friends test it out. I'm like, dude, this is a freaking awesome gun. The trigger, I'll let y'all see it here in a little bit, but, trigger's nice. Actually a cool thing about this gun is it's a Gen 3 Glock clone, or whatever you want to say.
Okay.
The frame, the grip, Magpul makes, and you can get them shipped to your door. Because the only thing that you have to transfer is the trigger housing
Oh, nice.
in this gun. So you can, from Magpul's website, you get them all colors that they have. They have a subcompact. This is the compact, and they have a full size. You can all ship to your door and swap them out.
Is this the one you were talking about the other episode that actually can go into that whole setup?
Yes, the Strike, who made this red dot, they have a chassis that it goes into. I don't know if I can show that. I actually did some homemade stippling on it myself, and Truett really loves. Like, I'm about to buy another one because I like this gun so much, even though it's Truett's.
That's how you know you did it right.
Yeah.
You're like, this is my gun now.
And then
so I'm sorry.
I kind of showcased it, but this is my Glock.
So Jordan told us to bring one gun, and then he brought 3.
I brought 10. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I only brought
Didn't
3.
follow the rules at all.
I like guns. Okay, I need guns.
Guns.
All
It's
the
part of my
guns.
religion.
And then Zane didn't want me to show up, but I got rips.
No, I was just...
He specifically said no.
He said, "I don't want that."
And
No,
then we
y'all
did.
said that. Y'all said, why don't you want to show me the
Triggered.
magazines? I said, that's not what I said. I said I was just trying to add some
Get
decor.
some decor. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nick,
You up?
what do you got?
It's not my favorite gun, but it's the one that I take with me on trips, and the one that is my concealed carry gun, and that's the FN Reflex,
Ooh, another FN.
chambered in 9mm. They do make them with MOS. I did not get the one with the MOS, but I like it a lot. It shoots really well. It was the first time that FN made a gun this size.
Yeah.
They were working through a lot of the bugs on that. This one's just a little over 6 inches long, and the slide's only an inch wide.
Yeah. It's a single stack, isn't it? The magazine, or is it a double stack?
It is single,
It's a single stack.
and it only weighs
You have to be
18,
when they're slim like
Yeah.
that.
just over 18 ounces. Yeah. It's a 4.5 to 5.5 pound trigger pull, 11 round standard mag, and then 15 round extended.
Oh, nice. So
The
that was a little
extended.
extra.
I used to have a shield, and the smaller mag didn't feel as comfortable. This one actually does feel comfortable with the extended mag or without, but I usually just use the extended mag because why not more bullets? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the price tag on this one is just around $600. I think I paid a little bit less because I got it in town, but it's been really
Yeah.
effective.
I remember when I got the 509, it was around the 800, 900 mark. So a little bit on the pricey side, but not really. I mean, it's
Yeah.
for a nice gun. I mean, it's actually quite affordable.
Yeah, and FN makes some nice handguns. Like
Yeah.
I had and actually what the 509 came out of is when they used to have the FN Tactical. I had the FN Tactical 45.
Yep.
And that's kind of that.
The FNX.
Yeah, the FNX. It kind of birthed into the 509, I think,
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
What do you got for us, Z?
Me, this probably is one of my favorites that I have. I don't carry it all the time. I usually do run a light on it. I'm not running a light on it right now, but I'm showcasing my Colt, my M45A1. This is actually the same sidearm that we used at my Marine Corps unit. When I first got there, we had Springfield Armory 1911s that were like tricked out by Headquarters Marine Corps. And then after Colt released, it was the first handgun ever released exclusively for the Marine Corps. Because they've always just used whatever the Army got, hand-me-downs, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Colt actually made,
Go Army.
well, you're a bigger branch, so they
Armies
more
use
funding.
Berettas.
Yeah.
Yeah, which are trash.
But even in like
Army
World War
blood.
II, the 1911s that the Marines used in World War II said U.S. Army on them. That's the way they came because Army was bigger. But yeah, so this one obviously just says Colt M45A1, but so the ones we had at our unit, they were actually, they were more of a desert tan color versus this is that bronze, but they said the same snakeskin grip. And then where it's got the Colt, the 3 stars, this one is kind of tough to see in the lighting, but it's got M45A1 stamped here. Our Marine Corps ones actually had USMC stamped on them there, which was awesome.
Nice.
I
That's
tried
cool.
to get one of those, but they're about $4,000.
Yeah.
Nice.
And this one was, I think the MSRP on this is like $1,500, $1,600.
Good thing you didn't 5-finger discount that,
Well, I'd
Z.
say I didn't pay that much for it because I was working at the gun store where I bought it, and so I got it at cost. So that was kind of nice. But I mean, you can't go wrong with the 1911 frame. I mean, you got everybody trying to like improve upon it, which is it's tough to do. Like it's when John Browning came out with it in 1911, it's just, I mean, it's iconic for one. but then it's just the way everything functions. I mean, really the improvements they've made is like making the springs a little stronger,
Very
things
slight.
like that. And then, the staccato, you've got the staccato, the Sabre 11 that Jordan mentioned, a bunch of people, what is it, the Springfield Prodigy? That's their version. So they're basically making 9mm versions of it so you can get a double stack mag in there.
Yeah.
Of the gun. But I mean, that's just, they're trying to make little tweaks to it. But realistically, it's still one of the best platforms. I mean, I'm a Glock guy, so I've got a lot of Glocks, but I wanted to talk about that one because that is my favorite handgun. My Colt.
Yeah. I mean, everybody wants a 1911. It's the ultimate, FUD gun, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
But realistically, like, it's such a nice firearm. Like, that's why everyone makes one. That's why, it's such a, it's almost
a Jeep gun.
Yeah.
Everybody and their brother makes parts for it.
Yeah.
You might hear that term more than once on here.
Well, it's kind of like what Glock formed into. Like, the 1911 obviously was before Glock. But it's like, now everyone wants a Glock. Like,
because it's a Jeep gun.
Everybody still wants a 1911, right?
I mean, look at the gun you showcased. It's basically a clone of a Glock because it's of the functionality of it. They
Well, how many times have we covered guns and you guys always are like, and you can run Glock mags.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you can run Glock
like
mags.
that's because like what I think you said it, Nick. Even people that don't own Glocks somehow have Glock mags.
Have Glock mags.
100%.
Because they probably have some other gun that takes Glock mags.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
It's I mean, even Magpul makes their own version of a Glock mag now.
Yeah, actually, that's what comes with the Ruger, because it's the Ruger RXM stands for Ruger by the RXM is Ruger by Magpul.
Oh, okay.
So it's a Magpul's firearm that they had Ruger make.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, little
tidbit.
Heck yeah! All right, and now we're going to be on to our next segment. It's going to be a new segment we're introducing. This is going to be kind of our conspiracy theory segment that we're introducing. It's going to be called The White Rabbit.
The White Rabbit.
Spend a little time chasing the White Rabbit. For
El Conejo Blanco.
For our first one, we're going to be talking about the JFK assassination. We kind of thought about, running.
Just straight off right away.
Coming out swinging.
Hey, why not, man? They just released all those documents. I mean, I didn't spend all my time looking through 80,000 documents. But
I did.
Zane taking the half-court shot at the beginning of the game right after tip-off.
I mean, this is the full court shot, bro. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to kind of talk about, I think each one of us kind of has our own thought process on this. For me, I know what I have as my theory, and actually I learned some new things that I didn't realize before, and they don't talk about a lot when they talk about the Kennedy assassination. I mean, I say that, and like mainstream media sources, I don't think I've ever heard, when I've watched documentaries or anything about this, them talking about this side of things. I did listen to a few other recordings and stuff to kind of get some additional information as far as read some articles. And
Isn't it crazy when you literally go down the hole and start to hear about like you hear things and and it really makes you wonder what
Oh, for sure.
It's cool to hear other people's perspectives, but then you also hear things that actually has factual backing, and you're like, wow, never knew that.
Evidence.
Yeah.
Or perceived evidence, I guess.
I mean, so the kind of the main theories we've got, they've got the CIA / inside job, the mafia connection, the Cuban connection, multiple shooter theory, which, I mean, the multiple shooter one could fit with any of the other theories as well. Lyndon B. Johnson, obviously him tied in there because there's some background stuff that I'm kind of split on mine though after reading The Umbrella Man. I've never heard of that one. One of the Nick, you were telling me about it, where there's the guy hidden by the umbrella or something. And then the Patsy and Jack Ruby, I think that kind of ties in with the mafia / CIA
I did see that later on that it was.
Those are kind of together. But those are kind of the main ones. If you guys know some more, shoot them at us. If we need to do another segment on JFK, we absolutely can, because I don't mind talking about it.
Well, before we start, are we gonna make any definitive stances?
I mean, I'm just gonna say what I.
Are you trying to include Jordan's picks in the JFK assassination?
No, I'm just saying. Do y'all have a definitive stance? Like,
this is what happened, no matter what.
This is what happens, Zane, when Jordan goes 1-0 after the Super Bowl. Now he's throwing full court shots.
Just wait for what we got coming up next. That's why. It's because he already knows, and he's a little cocky.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little cocky today. But no. I meant as far as let me rewind.
Okay.
Let's do this. Let's have two camps. do you think everything happened the way it was set out, recorded, everything that the world knows? Like,
Or do I think conspiracy?
or do you think it's a conspiracy?
No,
it's something else happened.
100% conspiracy.
I don't think the way that they gave it out. I think that's what they wanted us to give out, because they're just like, here, this is the facts, and just sweep it away. That's the way conspiracy works.
Buckle up, because I'm in the same boat.
Okay.
So, just making sure we're all on the same page.
I mean that's, and there's probably not very many people out there that aren't in that camp. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's probably some out there that are like, no, the government said this happened.
Like flat earthers.
Yeah.
So-
Round earthers.
So
We're going to not touch that one.
You want to give us some background on kind of what happened for?
I just have, that it happened November 22nd, 1963, that it happened in Dallas. The motorcade was traveling on Dealey Plaza, which if you ever get a chance to go, it's one of those eerie feelings. You get there, they have dots or stars marked on the roadway.
I was fixing to ask have y'all been, I haven't been.
I've been
really?
there.
I've been to Dallas. I haven't been.
This man's been everywhere. He hasn't
we
been
should
there.
go.
That's
Last time we were there, we were yelling at people. We were yelling at the homeless
Hey,
people.
get
We
back
didn't.
there.
Yeah. That we should do a whole segment on.
We should go to a museum. So there's actually a museum in the old school book depository.
Depository. Yeah, don't be like me, Zane. Don't be like me.
Well, no, I almost said repository
Yep.
instead of suppository.
Either one is wrong and hilarious.
But yeah, so there's actually the 6th floor. I don't know if it's actually on the 6th floor, but I think it is. The museum, they have a whole museum about it.
And the window is marked.
I've never got to go there, but I've been to Dealey Plaza.
Would they have like a rifle set up? What?
Yes, Jordan, you get to take the shot.
You get to take the shot. Feel what it's like.
Every episode, Jordan tries to get canceled.
Yes, I'm
love
trying
it.
my hardest.
I love it.
So what?
Pushing
what
the
was
envelope.
presented, right? 1964, the Warren Commission was established by Lyndon B. Johnson, who became the president. Concluded that there was no evidence of conspiracy theory and that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. That's kind of what the media put out. That's what
Right.
the Warren Commission discovered. 1979 House Select Committee on Assassinations concluded that a conspiracy was probable. So years later, they've kind of do you know what caused them to relook into it, Nick?
I didn't know.
Okay,
That I don't know.
I remember hearing something about it. Like they did. There was something that came alight, and they wanted to look back into it.
But you see that date, Zane, and you just kind of want to break the fourth wall and look into the camera and be like, "No way."
Yeah.
That's shocking.
But one of the things that I learned in doing this research for this that I didn't know prior is JFK had a really, really big drug problem, and I didn't know this.
I didn't know that either.
So he was taking uppers, downers. I mean, he was on all kinds of stuff because I guess he had like bad anxiety, and obviously it got worse during the Cuban Missile Crisis. But one of the things, like he was
No way.
There was, yeah, for real. Well, I mean,
Why would you be stressing for that?
What was he stressing over?
Even prior to this, so there's a lot of parties he was having at the White House.
With Marilyn Monroe?
Well, and see, I've heard that. I don't think everything's been, but for sure they were like, no, he was seeing like prostitutes and stuff like that, behind his wife's back and things like that. Well, who knows?
Nobody
She
sings
might have
"Happy
known.
Birthday, Mr. President" like that
Yeah,
unless something
that's kind of the thing that everybody
is
made.
going on.
But so with all this going on, so prior to the Cuban Missile Crisis, Kennedy had missiles of the U.S.'s put in Turkey.
Okay.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I forget how long prior to, but so he put missiles in Turkey, which caused the Russians to want to put missiles closer to us, he basically created the Cuban Missile Crisis. By him putting missiles within range of Russia, he kind of put us in that situation. There's a lot of people that want to say that, he saved us because he was riding on the back that he saved us guided us through the Cuban Missile Crisis, leading up to his, he was in an election year getting ready to try and get elected for another term. So there's kind of and hearing that, and then between the parties, they were talking about how, like, just some of the decisions he was making and the things behind closed doors, and it was just like, dude, what are you doing? And so that's hearing all of that. It kind of shifted I already kind of thought, I was already thinking conspiracy, but it kind of shifted me to make me believe that, it was our own government essentially that was like, maybe they were like, we don't want this guy in power anymore. But then I also learned some things about Lyndon B. Johnson. He was kind of a power-hungry guy, vice president. So if, Kennedy gets killed, he becomes president, at least for the rest of that term. You'd have to get elected again. But then there was a book written called The Men on the Sixth Floor. And in this book, and I know there's been some people that have gone out and said that some of this stuff wasn't super credible, but they found this guy. He was a Native American fellow from Oklahoma that got wrapped up in this somehow. I don't remember how they found him, but there was a gentleman that basically was like, he was the guy that did the dirty work for LBJ. Like he was like his guy, kind of behind the scenes guy. Because anytime this guy would get in trouble for murder or any of this other stuff, the same lawyer that represented LBJ was the same one that would show up to represent this guy. Yeah. And so I'm like, so now I'm kind of on the fence. Like, did he do it just for power? was it the so if you ever get a chance, you can get it in an Audible form too. The Men on the Sixth Floor. It was actually pretty interesting because I was actually listening to another podcast that does like investigations just to kind of get different people's thoughts on stuff. And they actually played snippets from the book. And to me, I might actually get the book on audio just to listen to it to see because they talked to this guy and he talks about he was given details to the school book depository that you would like some stuff that isn't even there anymore or it wasn't there whenever they were talking to him because I think this book came out in 92 or 94. And so they interviewed him leading up to it and stuff that's completely changed around the school book depository that he knew was there. So it was kind of interesting. What do you guys thought, Jordan? Jumping over to you.
Well, so I mean, we're all in the same camp that we believe that it didn't happen the way it said it happened. Mm-hmm.
Well, and especially because of what caused that. You know what I mean? Like it's like all the government paperwork that was kept from the public. That freaks people out, like withheld documents, and then the Warren Commission being criticized because where did they get all their information from? The CIA and the FBI.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know.
Well, that's my thing is like right the whole. I get you have classified things, right? You have classified operations, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you need to classify an investigation into a murder?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like it's one thing I get it; it's confidential. Like police departments have confidential, but eventually everything's public record.
Yep.
And I mean, during the investigation, obviously, it's kept confidential. But as soon as it's done, everything should be released, unless you have something to hide.
Right.
Right.
Well, I had a buddy, Zach, calling you out. He sent me some stuff to watch, and one that I took a liking to was that it was the driver of the motorcade. That it was the government. The government did the hit, and it was the driver because the video and. It doesn't look like it's edited. I mean, I don't know how good editing was back then, and they make some good points. Like
that's the cool thing too is how much could they edit?
Yeah,
back
it's like
then.
They didn't have CGI. Well, in the video, like you clearly see the driver, hand on the steering wheel and turning over, like and point. And you can see a pistol in his hand.
I've never noticed that.
And then you see it, and it was like a pneumatic pistol, like they used in the No Country for Old Men. It's kind of the same thing, like that cow prod thing. And that's what killed him. Also, that same video explains, like, in the videos of the motorcade, you can see Lee Harvey Oswald standing on the street. Like, moments before where he was supposed to get, like, so how do you get 6 floors up?
Yeah.
Take aim on a rifle, take the shot.
But I thought, I hear what you're saying, but I thought they did have the round coming from behind him. I thought that was all for sure. Like even like that stuff they released almost right away. The round came like they had it. It came, and I mean you can see him. It hits him.
Hits forward.
Him. So I mean that would be.
Well, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. There's no shoot. Lee Harvey Oswald didn't take a shot from the 6th floor.
Yeah,
it's multiple stuff. But the one that did him in was the driver turning around. And that's probably the most famous one that you see with his
and I guess I don't remember
melon
saying
explosion.
If he had any entry wounds on the front side.
Yeah, and then there's the other one where the bullets don't line up, right? So the dude that was sitting in front of JFK,
the governor of Texas,
yes,
so
because John Connolly or whatever,
the magic bullet or whatever, because they said it doesn't line up. The fact that they said it went in Kennedy, through Kennedy, into him, and then out of him and onto the floor,
right?
And the bullet they showed is in like pristine condition. Yeah, there ain't no way.
Yeah. Well,
I'm no ballistics expert, but I've taken some long shots, and even if you're taking a long shot,
and the rounds have gotten better, not worse.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, even then, for him to be where he was sitting in the motorcade, that couldn't have happened. Yeah. Like there's no way ballistically. Like the bullet hits, goes in, and then jumps over. Like nope, doesn't happen.
I'm with you.
So I mean, that's really
I've never seen that footage. I'm gonna have to look for that.
yeah. And then like another thing, like even before all of this, it's always puzzled me, and like even with the whole Charlie Kirk thing happening. Like, how long did it take for us to find somebody? Even then, like, they didn't really find him.
Yeah.
He was on the roof, like, the video of, I'm sorry, allegedly. You see the dude get up on the roof and run.
Right.
Apparently that's him.
Well, yeah, they have these clips where it shows the guy running across the roof, and they have the one where supposedly it's him either arriving or leaving, or I think it was arriving. He's coming up those stairs where he's got the hood on and the glasses and stuff. They found after the fact. Because they even released that stuff, I think, before the dad had called in on the guy.
Right.
So, they didn't know exactly who it was, but they knew they were looking for this guy. So
right.
Trying to track kind of where this person went.
Even with all that mass hysteria, like, they could have caught him right then and there, but they didn't. And like
most of the time they're not getting this footage until after this is already done, so it's not.
Well, I mean, and just like when Trump got shot, like a bunch of people were noticing that the guy was getting on the roof, and it was taking kind of a weird position, and some people did admit to thinking that it was Secret Service or something setting up, but there were other people that were like, something's not right, and they were trying to alert people about that.
That book. So that book, they interviewed some of the people that were there that day, and they said they saw some rifles in some different windows other than just the school book depository. And even the people said, no, I just assumed that it was security detail for the president. Yeah.
And that's the thing too, Zane, is like, that you just made me think of, is like, after all this time, we still don't have a definitive answer.
Yeah. There's no for sure.
Like, it doesn't matter what party's in office. It doesn't matter who's leaking stuff.
These documents or releasing them out to the public. But
after all this time, I mean, we're now into 2026 and we still don't have a definitive answer.
Yeah.
With all the documentaries and all the things that people make, we still don't know for sure.
And with the Trump one, Jordan, they even Secret Service was talking about like they had him in their sights, but I guess they weren't given the green light or something until after the shot.
Oh yeah, the first shot, and absolutely like, yep, we're killing him now.
Yeah.
But no, back to the Charlie Kirk thing. So we have the dude on the roof. You know, people see him. Even there, I think there's some eyewitnesses say, hey, there's a dude on the roof.
Yeah.
Even with all that, 2 days later they catch him finally, and that's not because they caught him. That's because the dad called in.
Yeah.
And so that's, what was that last year? Was that?
Yeah.
The year before. No, it was last year.
2025.
I mean, that was 2025 with all this technology that we have, all this up. But
you're talking about how fast they caught Lee Harvey Oswald?
In the 70s, it was within hours.
So here's what I'll say that is additional that I also didn't know. So when he was fleeing from there was a cop that saw him. This is after the shooting. A cop sees him and thought he looked odd. I don't remember why they said the cop. It was just drawn. He was like, hey, stop and come talk to me. He shot the cop and kills the cop.
Lee Harvey Oswald?
Yes, with a handgun. And so that's how he got wrapped up initially, is because they didn't realize he had anything to do with the shooting yet of the president. He got arrested after shooting that cop because some other cops rolled up right after he did that, and they wrapped him up. So he sat in an interrogation room for a while, and then all of a sudden they were like, they were kind of talking to him, and I guess the cop, Dallas PD, because Dallas PD supposedly has records on all this. Yeah. They were, were like, I think the FBI needs to come talk to this guy. So then the FBI shows up, and then I guess he was in that interview room for like 2 days, is what they were saying. Like, didn't leave the interview room.
No wonder you have to have a bachelor's to be a cop in Dallas.
So
see, and I just knew of I remember learning about it in school, and I mean, obviously the CIA involvement. I didn't really necessarily dig too far into the CIA part of it. I started to find out about how they were upset about the Bay of Pigs. That he was it
had to do with those.
President Kennedy was planning on like kind of splintering the CIA and firing the CIA director, and they, I guess they thought maybe he had a bit of a soft stance on communism. I never knew that aspect of it. And then obviously the mafia part, which is I think a big part of where Jack Ruby comes in, because he was a nightclub owner and had ties to the mob. And then, everybody knows the grassy knoll. And then, Zane, you brought up the one I had mentioned to you about the Umbrella Man. I think this one was actually laid to rest pretty quickly, about a man that was seen in the Zapruder film holding a black umbrella on a sunny day. And everybody thought that was strange behavior.
I mean...
And not that he was a shooter, that he was just signaling shooters.
And that could
Yeah.
be too. I mean,
And then
They
and
even say
then
they're signaling in the Charlie Kirk thing too. I mean, it's all over the place on everything, really.
right.
but again, when you don't know, it's
Well, and that
you're
one
literally
was-
just spitballing stuff.
Yeah.
So anything that looks off, you're like, that could be this.
Supposedly that one was debunked. It was revealed that guy was was protesting the policies of Kennedy's dad, I think. Something to that effect. And then there's another one called the Three Tramps. 3 unidentified men near the scene that were thought to be conspirators, with them, being labeled as like potential CIA assassins and things like that. But apparently the police later identified them as transient workers. I thought that was funny, but
Yeah,
yeah.
So, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I know we could probably do a whole episode on this.
Yeah.
We just thrown it into little.
Well, and I'd love to hear.
segments.
I'd love to hear people's comments. I mean, we read those comments. So if you guys know of another cool one, or you'd like to elaborate on some of the ones that we brought up, please, please put it in
any
there.
of us have doing a part 2 of JFK assassination. So
I mean, hell, we may find out more information here down the road as more information
Update.
comes out, and be able to.
They may release more information.
oh, I'm sure,
Yeah.
I'm sure, maybe 10 years from now, but
Yeah.
Hey, that's all right. We'll be happy to talk about it.
yeah. So let us know.
And our last segment is the third string. Went deer on the headlights there
You
for a
pulled the
minute.
Jordan.
Third string,
Oopsie.
third.
Yeah, I was having technical difficulties, and that's what I'm standing on.
We're helping out people's OCD to this
You're,
time, right?
you're rebooting.
But we're doing the Olympic recap, final medal count overall. Norway came out on top with the most gold medals, 18, and most overall medals, 41, which means Jordan
Is officially
is
2-0,
2-0,
baby.
2-0.
We told you last segment he was getting a little cocky.
Yeah,
That's-
feeling
Yeah,
good right
you
now.
can already see it going to his head.
yeah.
He's been excited. As someone who doesn't follow sports, you've been following the Olympics pretty
Yes,
strong.
Very, very closely, my friend. Very closely.
That's kind of our hope, Jordan. We'll force you to follow something
Force me to watch
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
because you got. I mean,
I got
It's
skin
kinda
on
like-
money on it, but skin in the game.
yeah,
you
skin
know,
in the game.
It's kind of like you guys forcing me to be into guns and learn more. I mean, it's just
well,
Yeah.
you just need to be a man. That's why we're doing.
feel free to cancel Jordan.
dude. Jordan,
Hashtag
I remember
cancel.
the first time I took Nick out, just out like off Carlsbad Highway between here and Hobbs.
Oh, you were telling
And
me.
we drive out there, and he's like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "This is the first time I've ever been anywhere where I couldn't see telephone poles or buildings or anything."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shoot!" I'm like, "Dude, this is where I grew up."
Or shotguns out in the country had nothing. We
Yeah.
live in the Wild West here, Nick.
Because even when I was in the Army, it was not like that.
We could go back to Ohio and do that.
You
we
guys,
should probably
you guys
get
would
in-
love Ohio.
We'd go to jail, but
Shout out to Ohio. But no, before we get too derailed, the U.S. finished with 12 gold, 12 silver, 9 bronze. I believe we were second overall in total medal count. Just to kind of go over some of the sports that we came in gold on. We got 3 gold in freestyle skiing, 2 in speed skating, 2 in alpine skiing, 2 in figure skating, 1 in bobsled, and most importantly, 1 gold in both men's and women's hockey. Shout out to
Beating
those
Canada.
teams. Yeah, both. and I'm pretty sure that the hashtag Suck at Canada has been wildly popular
did
today.
you see the video I sent y'all of them singing "Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue" by Toby Keith in the locker room?
Yes.
They're all
No.
standing around jumping and singing it.
Yes,
It's so-
I don't.
it's the
I was
greatest.
trying to remember because you sent us 2. The other one was the second, or the silver team getting stuffed animals.
Oh, that was for the women's game.
That
Yeah,
was for the women's
game.
Yeah,
There's a men's one too.
You're like they just got handed a silver medal, and now they're giving them the stuffed animal.
I kept waiting
you
for
go.
somebody to throw it, and they never did.
They kept looking at it like, "What the heck is
Yeah,
this?"
like, are you effing kidding me?
Don't hand this to me.
But I have to. I am curious, Zane, for your. I mean, Jordan, you feel free to chime in as well. But I'm curious
With
to
my
hear what you
sports
say,
knowledge?
Zane. Was the absence of Sid the Kid a huge game changer for the Canadians? Sidney Crosby, badass hockey player. I always loved that he went with number 87 because that's the year he was born.
So I will say potentially. So I watched almost the. I didn't get to see the puck drop initially, but I think I came in like a couple minutes late. I watched the whole game.
I found out after it was over. I was so sad.
It was an insanely defensive game. Like it was insane. Both teams. But I will say, so the U.S. they were they were on the wrong end of a power play one time where they were 3-on-5. And
Golly.
they were blocking shots like crazy. Dude, it was insane. Like, it was, I'm telling you, just both sides.
And I never got to
insane
play
on
hockey,
defense.
Zane, but I did get to play lacrosse in high school, and I was a defenseman specifically, so I had to stay on the defensive side. And playing one man down is rough, but playing two men down, that's...
Well, and I don't even remember if it was during that segment of the game. But so I'm a Bruins fan, obviously, so I got to watch my Bruins. There was two on the team: Jeremy Swayman, our goalie, and Charlie McAvoy, one of our defensemen. There was a point where McAvoy was in behind Holobuck, like in the goal, and blocked one for him. Like,
Nice.
It was, dude. I'm telling you, it was insane the way they were trying to keep. The
I was
pucks out there.
crushed. I thought the game
crazy.
started at 8 o'clock our time, and it was 8 o'clock Eastern
time.
Standard Time.
Oh,
So that was awesome. I was really
8 o'clock in
happy
Italy.
about that. I did talk to my brother who does, shout out Matt, who follows hockey pretty close, and he thought that the Canadian team was pretty stacked without him. I mean,
who's
regardless.
best team?
What?
Is he a Blue Jackets fan because of where he's at, or?
No, Blackhawks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we were talking about it just a little bit, and he felt like, I mean, Sidney, obviously, Sidney Crosby's a Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that team was, he was a captain kind of by default, but that team is stacked without him. So,
Oh, well, dude, that's what one of the announcers said it best, and it may have been Mike Tirico, I think, that said it. But you're never going to see a hockey game in the NHL that good, because just the amount of stars and studs on both
Right.
sides of the puck.
and same,
Dude.
and I like that you said that, because even an all-star game, like the all-star break in basketball, it's usually just
It's for
a
relaxation.
highlight reel.
Yeah, it's
and a slam dunk contest. So
Yeah.
for there to be something important to play for and to be representing your country, there's just nothing like it.
yeah. I mean, because they're definitely laying it all on the line, man. Trying to
Right.
get that gold.
Well, I mean, you say all that, but Canada still lost. Suck it, Canada. Hey, did you see that? I sent y'all the thing on Instagram. It's like the 5 points of why, Canada's a laughing stock of the West. Because did y'all see the thing with the curling?
Oh my gosh.
On the men's curling, the Canada, they cheated. He used his finger and he moved it
Oh,
forward.
yes, I did see that.
Yeah,
I did see that.
It's on video.
Did
The
they get
men's did
DQ'd?
it. The women's did it.
Did they get DQ'd?
I don't know.
No, but the other countries were pointing it out. I do remember that video.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's now like across the internet. You could see it.
That's the problem now. You make those kinds of mistakes, you go viral.
Yeah.
Come
so
on, America's hat.
The men's Canada men's hockey did it, or not hockey, curling did it. Women's did it. They cheated. Canadian men's hockey lost a fist fight to the French, and
They got in a fist fight with the French.
and lost. Yeah.
What was the penalty? Because I know you're not supposed to fight.
I don't know.
It's pretty stiff because they really discourage fighting in
I know
Olympic hockey.
there was a couple times it looked like it was going to bust out during the
Which is
USA Canada
unfortunate.
game today, but the refs just got in there and stopped them up before they could get it going. But
And then the Canadian women's lose to USA, and then the Canadian men's lose to USA. It's like, yeah,
Once again, Zane, leave it to Jordan to find hilarious
The
things
gold.
like that.
get it?
Yeah.
It's a little pun there.
Comedic gold, actually.
there.
Comedic gold, I see it.
Jordan
I get it.
hit the snare.
It didn't.
And I mean, we talked about this when we were covering it right before it started. Like all the viral stuff that came out of it. Like the Zane, remember that's a guy I told you, that alpine skier that hit himself in the nuts on one of the gates.
Oh my gosh.
How was it? Was it 2 dogs or 1 dog that got loose
Well, I saw
while
one.
people were skiing? It looked
Yeah,
like a wolf.
one.
They had to close the course.
And the
down.
owner was like I mean, obviously they were embarrassed, but it was like, I mean, the dog didn't bite anybody. The dog was having the time of its life, and I think even the commentators had a really good time.
Yeah.
They were like, did somebody get a clock on him?
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, I think I remember seeing.
It was
hearing them talk
good.
about
I
that.
mean, plus, I mean, I don't want to get too controversial, but they ran out of condoms within the first couple hours amongst
no, the first 3 days.
the Olympians.
Or something like
First
that.
3 days.
They hand them out because they assume that all the Olympians are going to be sleeping with each other, and they ran out. I think they handed out over 10,000.
At the last Olympics.
No,
No, this Olympics they had 3,000 that they handed out and they were out to had the handout initially. It was
I
they were
heard
talking about the
10,000 this
last
year.
Olympics they used over 10,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I also heard,
So
again, this could be...
I don't know what the total condom count was this Olympics.
This would the condom count. Yeah, we'll have to keep track for the Summer Olympics in
Jordan,
2 years.
This time on Jordan's picks.
Yeah.
I feel like probably it was the last Olympics was summer, so there's probably more that get used because people aren't as cold, right?
Yeah, well, the hotel rooms, whatever. Anyway,
Let's put a pin in that one.
yeah, just don't forget it. Don't forget it. And then also, I think I heard a silly statistic. They ran out of Monster Energy at the Olympics this year that
count
they were
me
handing out. So
Yeah, it's not Red Bull.
It's not Red Bull. Well,
Jordan's like,
I mean, if it's
I like caffeine.
I don't want none of that.
actually, I do like the white. I do like the white Monster.
Did I tell you guys that I mean
Do you also like goth girls too?
I've built quite a tolerance
episode.
to caffeine. I'm back on the original pre-workout that I always use, which is like 325 milligrams of caffeine. But the one I took before that was 450 milligrams per serving.
Yes.
Shenanigans.
You know, fun fact I learned about caffeine today or yesterday. Caffeine doesn't actually give you energy.
I don't believe that.
So, well, no, seriously, I didn't know that either. There's a chemical your body produces that tells you you're tired. So caffeine goes in the same receptor ports in your brain that those go into. So basically, it just blocks those. That's why they have the caffeine crash that you get afterwards. Usually, when you just drink caffeine, like something highly caffeinated. I mean, obviously nowadays they've got other stuff that goes in there to kind of combat that, but if you're just drinking like coffee, like caffeine goes into those same ports that I forget what the chemical's called that your body produces that tells you you're tired. But it goes, that
your
caffeine
brain
goes, well, no, they have a name for the chemical. It's just like everything, you know, like they got endorphins, all kinds of
scientists.
stuff. I don't remember. But yeah, it blocks those ports, the receptor ports in your brain where the caffeine does. And so once the caffeine dissipates, then you're flooded with the chemical that tells you you're really tired now.
For all our doctor and science nerds in the comments, go ahead and clarify that for us. I'd love to know. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
seriously about caffeine.
We can put it in the comments or in the description of the video. It's fine.
But speaking of caffeine, boys, what is in your cup today?
So
Jordan,
I got the cup today. We're gonna do. I gotta grab it.
Plug.
We did some Black Rifle Atomic Llama.
It is pretty good.
Which I was today years old when I found out that existed, and it's delicious.
It's a cinnamon roll in a cup.
Yeah,
it's
is
great.
Especially with the right kind of creamer.
Yeah, the notes in this one are cinnamon, brown sugar, and nutmeg.
Good notes, Jordan. Good as always. Good notes.
Dark roast, medium roast.
It's a medium roast.
Medium roast.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a dark roast in that.
Probably not.
I hope so. I like dark roast coffee.
Didn't bring my mug. Had to borrow one, so you are stuck with me.
That's actually my wife's mug.
Well, you guys are also stuck with me. So
we'll blur it out so she doesn't see it.
Shout out to Bree.
I got my Magnolia cup.
I need to get better about bringing a good cup.
Go Red Sox.
Oh, I could have guessed it. It was either Red Sox or Ducks.
Who cares? Asks this observer.
I actually someone who cares.
When I went to see a Bruins game, I actually got a Bruins one just like this. It was like the one left.
He went to the wrong game.
No, wait, what?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I was saying you went to the wrong game.
Strike that. I went to a Celtics game. You're right. It was the wrong game.
Oh gosh.
Oh
jeez. So they play the same place.
At least it was in the right city.
They play the same place.
Is it?
The same stadium, TD Garden.
Oh.
And so their pro shop it's both merchandise in there.
Right.
And it was like the coffee mugs. It was the only one left. It was on clearance, and so I bought it. Well, then my son knocked it off the table and it broke. So I don't have the Bruins one anymore. Sad.
Shucks.
Sad panda.
Wow.
That's all right. I guess you'll have to go back to Boston to get one.
Yeah.
Planning on it.
Well.
Well, I think that does it for this episode, fellas.
Another exciting installment.
Yeah. Another one down. This was 5, right?
Number 5. Yeah.
Nice.
Not a cool number for 5, but
Cinco.
The Empire Strikes
that's right.
Back.
If only it was May.
If only it was the 5th of May. Hey, speaking of May, we're going to have to do a lot of Star Wars themed stuff.
Oh, yeah. We definitely... So I think... Let me look at the calendar real quick, see what day that the 4th falls on.
Yeah, there's...
It falls on a Monday.
Oh.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Nice.
It's going to be a good one.
Star Wars
plan that
episode.
better.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guarantee all 3 segments will be Star Wars related.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Yeah.
figure out a way to fit that in there. Press play, maybe a big reveal, and something else.
Bringing my lightsaber. A duel. I'm just playing.
I'm not.
We could go do that beforehand. It's fine.
Yeah.
We don't have to do it live.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Again, let us know if there's things you want to see us talking about in the future. Drop in the comments. Shoot us an email. We're here for it.
Or just call. We listen.
Pigeon.
Bye.
Send a pigeon.